Have we got a quantity? We'll just double check that for you and have a little look.
I believe you get 48, sheets.
48
and
sheets.
I think there's 12 designs,
Yep,
4 of each.
4 of each. Brilliant. So 48 sheets in the pad. And then you've got all of these fantastic polymer stamps as well. Over here we've got birthday fishes. We've got tropical fish. Over this side you've then got, what does that say at the top? Let's have a little look at that one.
I think life is better at the beach.
Life is better at the beach, absolutely. Friends are like seashells, we collect along the way. You are my anchor, the shell as well. And over here we've then got the tropical fish as well. Birthday fishes, have a fantastic birthday. Brilliant.
And just keep swimming.
Just keep swimming down the bottom, like it. There we are. Look. So if you want all of those, $36.99. It has been a bestseller and it's brand new today, so we're expecting this one to be very, very popular. 764593. Just so that we can show you as much as we possibly can, the next one is the Fly and Free. So there we are, look, Fly Free and Never Stop Making Wishes. £15.99. So you've got the dandelion clocks there as well. I always remember that from my childhood.
Yeah.
Every dream begins with a wish. Beautiful images there. And then on the other side, if you want to fly, give up the things that weigh you down. I love that saying.
Yes, yeah, and you can fit that to so many occasions.
Yeah, you can.
And if you just want to give somebody a boost, a nice like friendship card, it can really, so say, give someone a boost. And there's such lovely images, the feathers. I know you're not meant to have favourites, but when these stamps were first released, it was the feathers that I reached for an awful lot.
Oh, I love this. Look at some of these finished cards for a second here. This is the feathers in a circle formation. So that's almost like you're looking into like a time tunnel.
Yes.
Very lovely. Or it could be a dream catcher, something like that. Again, similar idea with that one there. Then we have the cascading feathers in different colours, just floating down. Fly Free.
And you can see the detail in all of the stamps. It picks out all the actual detail within the design.
That sparkle pens in the background.
Yes, yes, it could well be.
Lovely. And there's more of your dandelions. Beautiful, aren't they? Some wonderful samples as well to give us inspiration. So thank you to your team.
We see with the embossing on that one, it's picked up all the detail too.
Beautiful. There we go. So if you'd like those, £15.99. There are more collections that we have available as well. We're very busy for the next one as well, which is the creative and inspirational quotes. So let's have a look at those. We have also got zodiac signs if you want those. They are also available. We'll show you details of that in a second because I know that's going to be a popular one. So all of these verses that you can see here, let's have a little look at them in close-up because there's loads. In craft, there are no mistakes, only new creations. Eat, sleep, craft, repeat. Keep calm and craft on. Live, love, craft. Make it count. You'll never have this day again. Make it count. That was on one of the cards we showed you earlier on.
Yes.
Be, stay and strong, inspire. Great inspirational words. Live life in colour, like that. Colour speak all languages, and paint splats as well. I know all about paint splats.
They're so useful. Yeah, they're so useful. I mean, they can be used for all sorts of things as well. I mean, coffee stains even, so they would go and work with our tea and coffee stamps.
Nearly 20% of the stock has gone on these stamps at £21.99. And there are some of the finished cards. I'll show you some of the ones that have got the verses on them as well. That's a lovely verse. Believe that font I adore. Live
lovely,
life in colour. That's gorgeous. In craft, there are no mistakes, only new creations. A smile is a curve that sets everything straight. Oh, I like that.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Some great words in these collections. £21.99, that's been a very popular choice just by showing them to you on our website this morning. 602130, and the Zodiac, I predict this is going to be a busy one as well. Now, you have got access to all the signs that you need for the 12 signs of the Zodiac. You've got 32 stamps in total. Plus, you've got those wonderful, larger-than-life sentiments. Believe in yourself, reach for the stars, dream big. I reckon this collection is probably going to be the first one to go. That's my hunch anyway. And if you're not quite sure which sign represents which zodiac sign, that is on their website as well, and it's also on Pinterest, and there are blogs all over the place, so you can also do your research online, couldn't you? But $29.99 gets you all of them, and that's 376938. We've also got the grasses and the butterflies as well. This is a great collection, which I'm sure is going to be popular as well. There's 66 stamps in this collection for £23.99. Really good value, 218164, and all of those are brand new today. And we've also got some stencils as well. If you want stencils rather than stamps this morning, we'll pop those up on the screen for you. These are great, really useful shapes to have. You get 4 6x6 masks. You've got stars, circles, rounded squares, and the windows as well. The rounded squares, very kind of very kind of 60s retro, isn't it, that?
Yes, it is, yeah.
Handy stencils to have and masks. £17.99 gets you the 4 sets, which is really good value. 844907. OK, we're with Claire then. First show from Claire and first demo.
Yes.
No pressure. What are you doing first of all?
OK, so to start with, I thought I'd be using the abstract borders, and I'm going to incorporate some of the stencils as well. I shall use the circle stencils, so you get these sort of the decreasing circles, and where we can, we like to give you the infills to the stencils as well, so you get the masks.
Okay.
So it just allows the set to be more usable. More
versatile.
Yeah.
Now these are already from our preview proving really popular. If I just hold them up to the camera, that's what we're using at the moment. And we've got those on the screen at the moment too, at $15.99. You look at them, you just think, oh well, they're kind of just decorative lines. What can I do with those? But there's lots of ways of using them.
Lots and lots of different ways, yeah. I mean, you can just use them as borders, which they look stunning in themselves, and they stamp out brilliantly. But it's all about getting as much as you can out of your stamp designs, so trying to give you a different way to use them.
Okay.
So I'm going to start off with the stencils. So I'm just using one of the smaller circles within that, and I'm just going to create a frame. So I'm using the Tonic Hybrid inks, which I believe are brand new. So you just had the launch with the Tonic products.
I think we have the bigger sizes, but they're on the website if you want to look for them. They'll be there.
Yes, yes, that's right. So normally with stencils, you would tape it down, so you'd work however you feel comfortable with. But basically, I'm going to create like a sky and some grass. So I'm going to start with the green ink and just work that on to the cardstock there, going over the stencil. And you can see these inks blend really lovely.
And good quality stencil as well, isn't it?
Lovely quality stencil, yeah. They a really nice thickness, so they really hold their shape when you're working with them. So I'm using the green there. Now I shall work with the sky. I'm just going to put a little bit of blue on to start with. So just blend a tiny little bit of that on.
What's your favourite type of crafting? Is it card making or...?
Yes, I make more cards than anything else, but it's definitely stamping. I'm definitely a stamper. So when we actually, when I met with Kerry, we got to know each other. We sort of knew it was a perfect fit because we both had the same outlook to crafting.
Of course, nowadays there's so many ways of using your stamps, whether it's on platforms or acrylic blocks or whatever, that are almost foolproof now. If you ever struggled stamping before, give a platform a try and give these stamps a try.
Yes,
I'm sure you'll
perfectly.
love them.
I didn't actually think I would, because I'm a sort of true hardened stamper, as it were. I wasn't sure if I'd actually have a place for the stamping platform, but it works wonders. Yeah, it is. Great, I mean, I always go back to my blocks, but there is definitely a place for a stamping platform in anyone's craft stash. So you can see there, I've blended the colours to make the sky and the grass, and we just move the stencil away there, and you can see that we've actually created the frame.
Because the colour when you put it on looks quite faint, really, but it's amazing how much difference it makes when you remove the stencil.
And it's always nice to have that reveal when you take it away. Even now, I mean, after years of crafting, even still always. So I'm going to take one of the border stamps we've got here. I'm going to take the wavy one. And just take that off the...
How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on that strip alone. 11 different borders.
So we put that onto the acrylic block. Now I'm going to keep the stencil in place there, and I'm going to use my green ink. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to create the grass at the bottom of this scene. If you like. So I'm not, at this stage, I'm not going to use the whole of the stamp. I'm just inking up a portion of it at the end there. The stamps are there, you can use them and make them work for you all the time. So you can see there, and I'm keeping the stencil in place because for me, I don't want the design sort of coming down for this.
So I wouldn't have thought of using them in that way, but they're so versatile, aren't they?
They are entirely, and it's just thinking outside the box and just playing. And I would always encourage, even if you don't want to work onto your best cardstock initially, just work away on copy paper and just play and see what designs.
Now, nearly 30% of this set has gone. we're very busy for everything. $15.99 gets you the borders and the corners as well, remember. The abstract corners are included too.
Now I'm just going to create a couple of the longer fronds here, because I've got the grass along the bottom, so we'll just do that. Oh, a long colour. We'll do that there, and we'll do that there. So now you can see by keeping the stencil there, I've kept the grass within the centre of the design. I'm going to swap stamps now, and I don't need the stencil on there because now I want the designs to actually sort of go past the frame that I've made, and I've taken what I refer to it as the bubble stamp. It's used for so many other things.
Well, that's what I thought of when I saw that instantly. I thought, you know, champagne or
actually
bubble bath or whatever.
So again on the acrylic block, and I'm not using the whole of the stamp, and I'm using the lilac ink, and this is going to create on the top of the longer grass stems here a flower.
Oh, I love it.
So you can create different size flowers depending on how much of the stamp that you actually ink.
There is another flower that's really tall and pointed like that. I can't think of the name of it for the life of me.
You have hollyhocks,
foxgloves.
Yeah, foxgloves too. I mean, obviously, change colours as well. So you can make it, you know, fit to whatever scene, and you don't have to use the colours that I've used here. Again, you can play. So we've created the flowers there, and you could extend in past the design there. You can see that sort of branching out. Okay. Right, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm actually going to use this to create a frame now.
Right.
So I'm going to go for the sort of the dot and the dash stamp there. I'm going to take my larger acrylic block, and I'm going to just bring the stencil in again, just briefly. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to mould the stamp. Oh,
these actually can be bent?
Yes, they can. As long as you store them back straight onto your carrier sheet, because they're made of such a pliable material, you can sort of bend them to whatever you need. So I'm just going to follow the curve of the stencil there with that design.
So you've got really straight lines, potentially rounds and spheres, but also you've got the corners in the set as well, so you're covering everything that you need really. And approaching a third of the slot gone at $15.99, over a third actually gone. Okay,
so this time I am going to ink the whole of the stamp. And because I've traced the curve of with the stencil, I should now, she says, follow the curve of the frame that I've created there. So I guess one way to line it up is look at the two ends, and because you're working with a clear acrylic blocks as well, you can see where you're going. So line that up. So let's see if that's worked.
Yeah.
Good enough for me.
That's a really good way of doing it, actually.
Again, it just gives you an extra dimension to your stamps. It just hopefully prolongs, you know.
Cutting it around the actual mask that you were using originally, you're going to get a perfect fit, aren't you?
There we are. We just carry on stamping around there, and say it just adds all to the dimension of the image you're trying to create. Now, you'll notice that there's just a tiny little bit left, and obviously we don't want to ink the whole stamp. Now this is just where I'll bring in, excuse me, some scrap paper. The easiest way to do this, let me just take, I only need a little bit of that really. Again, all we're doing is just masking off. We don't want the stamp to extend past.
Right.
So we just block that off. And then we take and ink our stamp, so you've got enough to cover that gap, obviously. And you just line up the stamp again. And hopefully, I've just missed it there, but you just close up the gap.
That's pretty good though.
So,
yeah.
It's not bad for live on air.
It's not bad at all for live on air, I can assure you of that. So, yeah, all of these straight lines will bend. But as Claire was saying, put them back on the carrier sheet straight, and that means that you can kind of bend them again next time. And also you get all the corners as well. Can I just remind everybody what you actually get in the set? Because you get a lot here, tons in there. There are your corners, So all these different decorative corners. Again, you can add the corners to the straight lines as well to make bigger frames if you want to, or just having a little corner accent which you can maybe put embossing powder on, something that would look fantastic. 40% of the stock is gone. You're only paying $15.99 for these. Put 4 of those corners together and you make that fantastic floral display you can see on the right-hand side there. So that is very, very popular. $15.99. 40%. 40% of the stock is gone, 649251, all 26 of the stamps. Now, I'm going to remind you also of the stencils. These are proving popular too. And rather than just getting one shape, you're getting different sizes of those shapes, so really useful and really handy. And of course, Claire was using the circle in the demo a few minutes ago. So you've got your squares, your rounded squares, you've got your stars and your circles. £17.99, and that is 844907 is your item number there, 844907. And we've got the grasses as well, so we've got the butterfly blot, the grasses, the flowers and the bird silhouettes as well. You're getting 66 stamps in total, 218164, 66 stamps for that price of £23.99, £23.99. Right, okay, now the set we're going to move on to is, of course, the Seaside stamp set, which is this one just here. This is very, very popular indeed. It's the only one that comes with the paper pad. You've got 48 sheets of marbled sea and sky, which is really lovely. And this is the old shaving foam technique that's been photographed and converted into craft papers, which is really lovely. That kind of marbling effect. Gorgeous. If you love your blues, you'll be in your element with this. And as well as this pad, you've also got, remember, stamps and also your stencils as well. So you've got the seashell stencils, you've also got your dolphin stencils and turtle, seahorse as well, and then all of these stamps that you can see here as well. So you've got the fish, the shark, the underwater ferns and that sort of thing as well. Some lovely verses in there too. So there's your stamps and your stencils. And then on the other side, you've got Life is Better at the Beach. Then you've got Friends Are Like Seashells that you collect along the way, and You're My Anchor. And then down the bottom beneath that, you've then got your dolphins, of course, your turtles, and also your seahorses. £36.99, 764593. And we've also got our Time for Tea. Now, this has been very popular on the preview as well. Let's just show you that for a second. So you've got cupcakes. You've got teapots, you've got coffee pots, every type of kind of light refreshment you can think of, really, and also stencils in this as well. So the top, you've got the fantastic stamps with the tea tray, the cakes to put on the tea tray as well, so you can stamp those, cut those out and maybe decoupage them or put them with foam pads on there to make them 3D. Underneath that, then you've got your stencils, and you've even got on the stencil the sprinkles, so you can put sprinkles on top of the donuts or on top of the cupcakes or on top of the ice cream. That's £22.99. You can even have a 99 as well, because you've even got a flake in that stencil, which you can put into the ice cream too. £22.99. I'll show you some finished cards. This one is lovely because this is a shaker card, but using almost like the icing or the sugar from the cupcake as the shaker. Really lovely, like that. Have a great day, that one says, with, of course, the flake in there too. So you can use the ice cream in a different way if you want to. Time for tea. A warm cup of tea can diminish all the troubles that may be. Let's go for a cuppa. And then last one there for now. There's the stencil, again using your inks of choice, whatever you've got. Some embossing powder, black embossing powder on there, and of course a little cupcake down in the corner too. So lots of stamps and the 2 stencils. For 014310, you're looking at only £22.99 if you'd like that. 014310. The website's got everything you need to know, and you can see all of the stamp sets, including the Zodiac. The balloons you're loving as well. That was our first item, wasn't it, on our preview. And the Zodiac's proving popular too, I believe. Yeah, that's going well. And also the creative, no, the Zodiacs was the one that I thought would probably be the one in the lead. There we are, look, there's the Zodiacs. And that's actually got those wonderful verses on there as well, which is reach for the stars, believe in yourself. There we are, look. Those are £29.99 for all of them, and you get all 12 signs of the Zodiac, and you've also got the words for the signs too. Fabulous. Right, enjoying it so far?
Yes.
All right, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. I think I've settled down.
Over the initial, yeah.
Yes.
And breathe.
Yes, that's it.
It's always a bit nerve-wracking when you do your first show. You get the first one out of the way, it's like, oh, this is all right, this. Now, the finished card just here, this one is beautiful. That's what we were doing a few minutes ago, so there it is, look. That's what That's what Claire's done as her first ever card on TV.
That's right, and I've used the block sentiments there, which I think is in the balloon stamps,
yes,
in the balloon set, and a little bird from one of the sets at the end, which you were saying, with the mini grasses and the butterflies.
Okay.
So it shows you how they can all mix and match.
Well, the balloons are going very, very quickly. If you want to see those with the messages as well, those wonderful little sentiment blocks. There we are, like, happy birthday, thank you, just for you, congratulations, have a great day, get well soon, missing you, best wishes and thinking of you. But they're like reversal, they're the block with the negative of the letters, which is nice. And you've then also got the same sort of idea with the balloons in the silhouette, really, aren't they? The block,
yes,
the block stamps.
Yeah, which enables you to... sometimes the solid stamps like that can look quite scary on the printed sheet because they're black, but if you just remember that because they're black, when they're black, you can change them to whatever colour you want to be bold. Yeah,
whatever solid colour you like.
Yeah, exactly.
Or, like Claire did in the original preview, just inked around a bit of it, so you end up with like a three-dimensional look.
Yeah, that's it. You can put the solid colour on the inside and then just add the dimension of balloons are like opaque anyway, you can see through them, so it just gives a nice effect.
Great. OK, what are we doing next then?
OK, so I'm actually going to be using the balloons this time. I'm using another of the stencils, the window stencil here, the full window stencil. So again, I should be blending and using the inks. So I'm going to create a background to start with. A nice bright bold background, and you can see we just take the blending inks and we just work through the windows here.
Now all these stencils are on the screen now, and you've got lots of, I was going to say, to choose from. You don't have to choose from them at all, you get all of it. You get the stars, the circles, the rounded squares and the windows. And also, really handy, you've got the positive and the negative. So these are masks, and you know, you can use them as stencils, obviously, masks and stencils. And you can put them through an embossing machine as well, could you?
Yes, you can actually, yeah. If you get your sandwich right with whichever machine that you're using, it doesn't give a thick emboss like an embossed folder, but it gives you an outline, and it's a really lovely effect.
Great. And they're so affordable at £17.99 as well.
And they really are must-haves. I mean, that they are sort of shapes that any crafter needs in their stash, basically. It's the ones that you will always reach for. So there we can see we're creating the colours through the stencils.
And the masks, they're busy today. 30% of the masks have gone. The more you see them being used, the more you probably want them, so everything brand new today too.
Now I'm just going to cover this side up just so as I can hold the stencil down and I don't get dirty fingers, which is usually standard for any crafter. You get inky fingers. I don't think there's a day I go by, especially when I collect the boys from school. I get ink all over my fingers. I'm constantly mucky. Right, so I'm just...
Do you live down in Devon as well, that way?
I don't know. I actually live in Ireland.
You live in Ireland? Wow.
I do.
So you come over especially for the show?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
What part?
Yeah. West. Southwest, so I'm down in the Republic.
Right.
West Cork we're in.
OK,
So
nice.
yeah, it is. It's a lovely part of the country. So hang on, I'm just checking which colours I've used. So I think I need a green.
Well, thanks for coming all that way.
No, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to say, come and show you the products and get to craft with other people, and obviously to come and see Kerry. I mean, I chat to Kerry constantly. Umpteen times a day on social media, so we're always in contact, so it is nice to actually come and talk to her in person.
It's always nice from our point of view to get a brand new company on our channel as well, new faces, new ideas, new products as well. And remember, these are all in one show really, all the best sellers that Imagine Design and Create have had since they first started. And how long have they been producing stamps for now then?
The brand itself is new. It's 12 months, just over, because we launched last year on Kerry's birthday, which is the 7th of April, and I hope I've got that date right. She'll shoot me if not. Imagine Design and Create themselves is actually a shop. It's the name of the craft centre that Kerry runs with their partner, and it's a family-run business down on the Devon coast. That's been running for about 8 or 9 years now, I believe. But say as a brand, it's
relatively new.
Relatively new, yes. Yeah, so it's exciting. Now, what you can see that I'm doing here, I've taken, you'll notice on the balloon stamps that you've got some little accessory stamps within the set, and I'm just using those with the tone-on-tone stamping.
I mean, these sort of things are always really useful to have. There's no wasted space on the sheets. Nice little filler stamps. But look at all the collections of balloons you've got. You can have as many of them as you like, individually, and also, of course, as bunches. And then the happy birthday is like a negative on the block stamp. So, and that font has been mirrored actually in the happy birthday logo there.
Yeah, it's a lovely font, isn't it? It's a really happy. It is a real happy birthday.
Yeah, it is.
Happy birthday. So, I mean, it's ideal for kids.
Totally.
Very ideal. But you can create, say, cards for anybody with these as well. Say, balloons aren't just for...
Balloons are for weddings, they're for anniversaries, they're for any celebration, so...
Now, you'll notice I'm using the accent stamp here, and I'm stamping with the colour that I've already put onto the page through the stencil. So it's the tone-on-tone stamping. That's something that I like to do. I think it gives a really lovely effect into the background there.
Yeah, it does.
So we've got the yellow. You do end up with lots of inks outlined, but I don't suppose that's unusual for any crafter that's out there. So, and you'll notice that I've kept the stencil in place. And I'm stamped slightly onto the stencil, but because of the nature and the good quality materials that these are made from, these will just wipe clean afterwards. So we've done that. I'll just pop that back on there. So now what we can do, we can actually remove the stencil. This time I did tape it down, so it stayed in place.
Always a good idea, really, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. So now we've got that all-important reveal, and you can see there, there's a lovely pattern.
That.
So that gives you the, well, a canvas to put anything onto there. So the next thing we do, we take some of the solid balloons here, so I'm going to take these ones with the designs in, and I'll just show you how they stamp out, because they're really lovely quality. And one thing I did notice, actually, when we first got our stamps made, and we first tested them out, is how good a quality the actual polymer. They a really nice deep.
Does polymer vary then in quality for stamping?
It can do,
right.
Yes, it can do. Some can be sort of a lot thinner and softer, so if you push too hard then you sort of blur the image a little bit. These are really lovely thickness. They give such a crisp impression time and time again. Over the moon, absolutely over the moon with them. So I'm just going to stamp this up with one of the colours.
And nothing says happiness better than a balloon, does it? Let's be fair.
Exactly. So I'll just show you how crisp they actually stamp there. Give that a good press, and that gives a lovely...
Love it.
A nice clear sort of colour. Now, to finish the card, I've stamped out a lot of these, and I've actually cut them out. So instead of actually watching me do that, I've already done them. Because you don't want to stand and watch me.
You get the stamp, obviously, with the stars on the balloon and the circles on the balloon.
Yes,
and
that's
the plain ones as well.
And you've got the plain ones there, yeah. So it's... I'm utilising as much as I can with this. Now, I've already put the adhesive on the back of these, so we're just going to build a bunch of balloons, basically.
Well, the stock we have available of the balloons, 20% of that's gone. We've only just started using them as well, so very popular.
Now, I've put sticky pads on the back of some of these. Now, some of them have got single pads and others have got double pads, so that's going to alter the height. So we actually add some dimension into the card that we're making. And we just layer those up, and you can see straight away, and as you say, they're such happy things. You know, I mean, who wouldn't want to receive a bunch of balloons just like this? So we can put those...
Reminds me of when I came downstairs in my house on my 50th birthday, and the whole lounge and hallway was just full of balloons.
Oh, really?
Yeah, indoors and out in the garden as well. Like,
oh,
wow.
Brilliant.
Amazing. Hundreds of the things. It was great, though. Great surprise.
We always have balloons for our birthdays, and then they carry on for a long time. Now, the boys, I've got two boys as well, just like Kerry, so we're so similar in so many ways. We really are you know, we work really well together, but we've always got...
by the sound of it.
Yeah, and we have a lot of fun, and we think we could almost finish each other's sentences. It's uncanny. So I've taken the birthday wishes stamp now, and I've placed it on there, on the actual card, without any ink, just to position it so I know where it is. And then I just pick up the stamp, and I know that it's in in place. Now I'm actually going to stamp this in black because I want that real pop.
Yeah. And the font is so whimsical and fun, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, I mean, you couldn't have chosen a better stamp, really. So there we are. We just place that there. I like stamping directly onto a card, as opposed to cutting it out. And this way, stamping platform, for those who are less confident, I guess, would actually really come into play. Well, we have got a whole load of stamping platforms. If you're tempted by the stamps that are on the show today and you want to get a stamping platform, have a look on our website. We've got the Tim Holtz one, we've got Stamper's Friend from Be Creative, stamp platform from Tim Holtz. There's different sizes of those as well, there's loads of them. Now, I've already pre-prepared the map that I'm going to put this onto, and what I've done, it's just another square piece of card that's slightly larger than what I've done here, and I've just bordered it. I mean, you didn't need to colour the whole thing, and I've just used the tonic glitter pens, which add, you know, there's a real lovely sparkle there. So you're a tonic fan. Oh, yes. Can you guess? Yeah. We really love the tonic. I mean, the thing is with Kerry and I, we are crafters, so we get excited when new products come out, and when Tonic brought out their new range of stuff, we get excited as well. You know, so it's so great to use, and you can see there how it just borders and gives you a lovely. I love that, and that would be great for a full-grown man, woman, or a child. Really, it just put a smile on anyone's face, won't it? And then we can just use the Nouveau drops and just accessorise and have fun. Say I've a lovely bright green, and just mix and match like that. Love it. Nouveau drops you find on the website, of course. Yes. So if you want those balloon sentiments stamps as well, you get all of them together, the balloons and the sentiments together, for $19.99. You can be making gorgeous cards like this. And just finish that off there. Excellent. Just hold that up to the camera. Yes, certainly. There we go. Turn it around for you so you can see it at home. There it is. Hopefully the Nouveaus won't drop down. There we are. Isn't that lovely? And that birthday wishes sentiment is in the stamp set, of course, as well, for $19.99. 237011 then. Let's quickly remind you of what's in there. So you've got all those wonderful verses on the right. You've then got all the balloon stamps on the left, the happy birthday and the swirls as well, and birthday wishes in that font as well. Really lovely fonts. $19.99. Now the cats and the dogs sets, that's been popular today as well. Brand new, all of these, not been on Hochanda before. Imagine Design Create is the brand. Our guest is Claire Newcombe, so it's great to have both the company and also her with us today doing the demos. $15.99, that's for all cat and dog lovers. I love the paw prints, great fun. And of course you've then got, of course, the verses there as well for a cat and a dog. Then we have our corners and borders as well. Now, update on the stock on this? 70% of the stock has gone. They are truly versatile. I'm not surprised these are one of the leaders at the moment. You can use those corners in so many ways. You can, of course, use them with the borders on the left to make frames. You can put the four corners together to make a little cluster or a topper, but they just look great in the corner of cards. All those different designs are in there including the bubble one at the bottom, which is one of my favourite ones, $15.99. And as Claire showed you, you can make them go round corners as well if you want them to go like round circles or spheres. Then we have the diamonds. If you love your gemstones, then you can have all sorts of fun with these stamps. And also you've got, as well as the diamonds, you've got the heart mix as well. And that's $15.99, and that's 999337, your item number there. Then you have Fly Free and Never Stop Making a Wish as well. Those two together are proving popular too. $15.99, and that's 667213. Then we have the quotes for you, the inspirational quotes. There's tons of different verses on here, which I know you're loving. 32 stamps there. I love the big words like inspire and believe. Really lovely. Eat, sleep, craft, repeat. £21.99 for those. 602130. And then we have the butterflies for you and the grasses. And there's 66 stamps in here. 36 pence per stamp. $23.99 gets you the lot, and we've got Zodiacs, of course, as well. They're proving popular. They're all on the website if you have a look at hochanda.com. Nearly 8:45, and it's the first show ever from Imagination Design Create. Freedom price on this as well, didn't notice that. Freedom price on that one is $21.59 delivered, and if you'd like to join Freedom, remember it is so easy to do. You just order it like an item. 888 gets you membership. £6.97 it is for a month, and that entitles you to all those benefits. No P&P to pay
pay on anything you buy from us for the whole month, including craft price drop shows as well. Exclusive members discounts, members badge, monthly newsletter, all for just £6.97 a month. You'll save yourself a small fortune, I'm sure. OK, back with Claire then, and we've got one more demo to do, haven't we?
Yes.
Yeah. Fab.
Yes. Yes.
What set are we using next?
Going with the Zodiac set this time. And also the words, are they in the same set? I can't remember now. They are.
Yeah. Can I just hold those up? Because I do love it. I love these. Reach for the stars, which is just a great sentiment, and they're big stamps as well. Believe in yourself and dream big. Wonderful kind of uplifting sentiments, very motivational. And you get those with what you're using. Yes, this is the Star Mix. Star Mix. And then you also get your Zodiacs. Now, if anyone's not sure what image relates to what Zodiac, and I wasn't sure earlier on, it's on your website, isn't it? Yes, yeah. Imagine Design but you can also look on online. Yeah. But you've got all the names there as well. They're probably in the same order as up here, maybe. I think they actually are. Right. Aries, Taurus, Gemini. Yeah, that's Gemini, isn't it? Yes. Yes. Yeah, I've actually stamped them out on the back just for myself. Oh, right. So I didn't get the wrong name with the wrong sign there. Great. OK, so there they are, the signs of the Zodiac and the words, and of course you get those wonderful motivational sentiments and these stars as well, all for £29.99. Now they've been very popular this morning. 376938. OK, so I'll be using the Star Mix set to show you how we can make a background. These are great for mixed media and also scrapbooking and all sorts of different medium crafts you have. So I'm actually going to stamp the large, I'm not quite sure what you'd call that, the grungy... It's like a splat, isn't it? Yeah, the grungy star splat, but it's a really, really useful stamp actually to put into the background. I love anything like that that looks like a mistake. Yes. When it's not, you know. It's a controlled mistake. Yeah, you were labelled. Yeah. So as a crafter, it's actually handy to have that there. Yeah. So I'm just going to use it to create a background, and I'm sort of working from the real background sort of to the foreground. So I'm using a pale colour initially to stamp. So we're putting a stamp there, and hopefully, there we are. Nice. Yeah. I mean, you can make it also a lot more dramatic and a lot bolder if you want to, but sometimes it's just nice to have it as like a subtle background, a subtle colour in the background, isn't it? It is, and it's all about building layers as well. So, say you start off with you can put less ink, work with less ink and then build up to more, as if you put too much on to start with and you've got nowhere to go then, really. So I've just turned that round sort of 90 degrees just to put that there, because I'm sort of going to create a frame for... as it were, for one of the Zodiac signs. Right. So we have that there. Now I'm going to take the little distress stars, we call them, because they're not actually solid, and again that gives a really lovely feel to that. So I'm going to take those smaller distress stars, and I'm going to use a slightly bolder colour now. Just find my smaller stamp, which I can't. OK, I'll use that one. So I'm going with a lilac, and this is just going to reflect the stars that are in the larger stamp there. And it also shows, with the way that these have been arranged, that you can actually... they fit really well together. So although I've stamped that one that way, if you turn that around and just slot that star into the little gap that you have there... Yeah. Oh, you can start seeing how you can build up a background. So have a little practice on some copier paper first, exactly. But it soon becomes obvious. Yeah, and just get familiar with what your stamps do and how they work. As I say, these are great for mixed media as well. And these elements just in the background, you know, for any crafter, are just so useful. Now you'll see where I'm going in a minute with how I'm arranging the stars here, and I quite like that colour combination, the pale blue and the lilac. It does just work. So I'll just stamp off the page just slightly there. Now, while I've still got the lilac out, I'm going to incorporate some of the words as well. So we'll use Dream Big this time, I think. And again, we'll use a lilac. I'm not going to have this bold, but just to have the text in the background, it just adds another dimension to what it is you're making.
So I'm just going to put that about there, and you'll see where I'm going with the design in a second. It's there, but it's not obvious.
It's kind of subtly there.
It is, it is. And I'm using the same colour, and you can still see how it, you know, it's still visible. So next, what I want to do is I bring in some elements this time. So I just have a piece of black card, and I want to just colour this again with the with the Novos. This is the embellishment mousse.
Yeah. It's almost like a gilding wax, but not quite, isn't it?
Yeah, you can use it in so many different ways. With this blue, I just want to mirror the blue that we've already put.
You find these embellishment mousses on the website under the Tonic brand, so
and you can
mix, I think we do with those.
So you can go for your favourite colour.
Yeah.
So you can see by going on to black card.
Oh wow!
Hopefully, oh there you go. You can just see it just adds a different dimension. So that I'm going to place there. While I've got the embellishment mousse out, I'm just going to be thinking about the background and the mount that I'm going to be putting the finished piece on, and I'm just going to create a frame, again with the same blue, but going on to white this time. So you've still got the same colour tone, but it's in the same family, so it all matches.
So the embellishment mousses, if you want them, are in sets of 3, so they're on the website right now, hochanda.com. Great to work with.
Ah, fabulous to work with. I've had so much fun with these, and I chose 3 colours initially, and I thought, oh,
Three's not enough.
No, I'll have some more.
Why not?
So I've just created that, and I'll just put that to one side to dry. We don't need that just yet. I'll just
I'm pleased to tell you that everything that Claire's brought with her to use, it's her own things that she's using on the show, but all of what we are showing you, we've got in stock. So even down to the little Nouveau inks as well, the hybrid inks, even the little ones are in stock as well, so it's good.
Right, now I'm going to move to the Zodiac stamp now this time.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to check what it is that I've... Sorry, okay. Make sure I take the right stamp. I'm going to take the Gemini stamp.
Are you a Gemini?
No.
Oh, yeah, that's all right.
Are you?
Good choice.
Oh, there we are.
Yeah.
It was meant to be.
Yeah.
No, I'm a Leo, actually.
Ah, okay.
So I put that on my small block, and I'll show you where I'm going with this. We're going to create a background for one of the Zodiac discs to go here. Now, instead of just putting a plain piece of white card, I'm just going to incorporate the word stamps into the background by creating my own design paper, as it were. So all I'm going to do is just use the words and stagger how I stamp them, if you can see that, and going off the page to create a background.
It's a nice font as well.
It is a lovely font again. It's another thing I share in common with Kerry. We both love handwriting, both love stationery and pens and fonts. We spend a lot of time searching and getting the right fonts for each of our sets. Now, instead, I've already pre-prepared one there.
Yeah.
That I've already stamped out and put that onto the black. So what I can do, I'll start actually building the card now.
We've only got about 4 minutes left, just to let you know.
Okay. Right, let's use some glue.
The demon of double-sided tape on TV. It never works on television.
Never works. I thought, well, I'll bring glue just in case. So we can put that in there. And...
You're amazed how quickly this hour's gone.
Yeah, really.
Everyone says it. Everyone says it goes so quick.
Really have. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing now, and you can see that the stars have actually bordered what I'm doing there. What would be nice for any scrapbookers is perhaps doing this on a larger piece, 8x8 or 12x12, extending out the designs of the stars, and instead of putting the Gemini or the Zodiac, put photo in.
Nice.
So it gives you just a different idea. Now what I will do, I will show you how well these actually stamp out. So I'm going to take the Gemini stamp, and again, to just add impact, I'm going to stamp this in black because we really want that to sort of pop there. Now we ink the stamp, again with the VersaFine. I like that this gives a nice bold colour. And straight onto a piece of white card. You can see how well that stamps.
Yeah.
And you...
So professional.
You get the confidence each time that, it is going to come out the way that you want to. Now, I'm not going to cut that out now. I've already pre-prepared one. So, and I've put this on foam blocks, and I'm just going to mount that on there, and you can see now how the card is coming together.
I like it a lot.
We can now start thinking about putting that onto the border that we created, and again you can start seeing your colourways sort of will come together now. So we'll just line that up onto there. I've used there it is. I've used the block sentiments. Stamped out the...
That's from the birthday set, the balloons, wasn't it?
Yes, the balloons, wasn't it? And we can just pop that on there.
Great demos. Brilliant. There it is, done. Excellent. Demo number 3. Perfect time as well. So there we go. Look, if you would like your Zodiacs, we've got the birthday balloons on the screen at the moment at $19.99. If you want the Zodiacs, then remember they come with those really inspirational believe in yourself, reach for the stars and dream big sentiments. And also you've got those fantastic star stamps as well. So the 3 together, $29.99, and they're on their way. 376938. Now the website's got all of the stamps that we've got in the show. We haven't been able to feature all of them, but they are available if you check out hochanda.com from Imagine, Design and Create. All brand new today. Some have got stencils. All the stamps are absolutely gorgeous quality. They really, really are. And they're there if you take a little look. Now, just for the last couple of seconds, let's just look at where are the... There we are, the borders, the corners and the borders. OK, this one here, I can't see what's in front of it. So there we go. Look, so 80% of the stock of these has gone. Every possibility these might sell out just after the end of the hour, because they're probably some of the most versatile stamps you can own, aren't they, really?
Yeah, I pretty much reach for these more or less every project that you work on. And you can see from the larger sample that we've got here that we've actually stamped onto fabric as well.
Right, wow.
So, yeah, as you can see there, that they stamp really lovely. We've lined them all up so they're perfect. And the Dream Big, that was from the stamp set that we showed you with the Zodiac. Lovely large font as well, so... OK, and remember they will go around corners or curved surfaces as well. If you want to just bend them a little bit, they will do that. Thanks ever so much, Claire. Great to see you. Thank you. Thank you to Carrie as well and all the team at, of course, Imagine Design Create. I'll get the words in the right order one day. I'll see you in about an hour's time. Lots more to look forward to this morning. Thank you to Claire, and I'll see you right after this next hour. And this next hour is Sentimentally Yours. It's the one-day special with Phil. After that, I'll be back with Twist and Die Cut with Craft Creations, and later Fabrics with the Mill Shop Online coming along at 11 o'clock.
And I'm really pleased to have been asked to join the family at Crafters Companion and subsequently join the family at Hochanda. So I've been stitching for, well in excess of 55 years. I know, how frightening is that? But you know, along that way, I've learned so many different things. I've learned shortcuts, I've been inspired, I've learned how to do different techniques and different designs and different styles. So many things. It's been an exciting time, and all during that time I've stitched and created, and I really can't wait to share this with you all at Hochanda. I would be very happy if you joined me on my shows on Hochanda and learn along with me.
I'm Sheena Douglas, and I'm a stamper first and foremost, but I also draw my own stamps. Years ago, in days of yore, I started studying art, and I got the chance to live in California, which I continued to study art there, and then got a different job in training, and then finally came back to designing my own rubber stamp range. To be part of the Hochanda family, and I'm pretty well known for messy crafting. It's a fair cop. I like inking, painting, stamping, die cutting, stenciling, and I'm really pleased that we'll be able to focus on sharing tips and hints and techniques as we continue, and so hopefully we'll see you there.
Hi, I'm Fiona Clayton from Crafters Companion. I've been crafting for about 7 years now, having rediscovered my love of a childhood hobby. I'm delighted that I can share with you all my hints, tips and ideas, and here at Hochanda we're going to make sure that you really enjoy your crafting as well. So join me, Fiona Clayton, here on Hochanda.
Good morning. You're watching Hochanda. I'm Catherine Goldsmith, joined by the wonderful Phil.
Good
from
morning.
Hello. Mwah. Mwah. There's
Good morning,
Showbiz.
everybody.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to
First
meet
time.
you as
Good
well. It's our
luck.
first show together. But everybody keeps saying good luck. Do you know why?
Probably me.
So it's wonderful to have you with us. It is, of course, the one-day special. Very, very busy last night, I hear.
I know. Thank you, and thank you, everybody. I'm so glad you're getting into my brain the way these work.
Good, crazy place to be, I hear. Right, here we go. We have this incredible one-day special. Now, it's a huge set, and these are your own design stamps,
They
aren't
are,
they?
yes. So this is my latest collection. These are sentiment cloud stamps. So if you didn't see the launch show, I'll try and explain to you what my brain was doing when I designed these. So you know when you go on social media or the internet and you see all these like motivational like backgrounds and in frames and everything where you've got words going up and down and saying all the same thing. This was where I got the idea for this from, but
It's
we're
beautiful.
card makers, so that wouldn't work for us.
Yeah.
So I've designed these to be clouds of words. So there, as we just go through the happy birthday one, you've got the central sentiment, and then you've got all words that relate to birthdays.
Lovely.
That are around it. Yeah, we'll see more when we look at the boards in a second. So what this does, this means that if you're a pretty crafter like I am, they work for you. If you're a grungy crafter like Leonie, they work for you. If you do mixed media, they work for you. If you make girls' cards, women's cards, men's cards, boys' cards, they work for you. They work for everybody.
Yeah, and you can see that. So we've got some examples, and you can see the stamps sort of stamped up here in different colours and textures as well.
So what I did when I designed these boards was I wanted you at home to be able to see how these stamps look when you emboss them in different mediums. So I'll do this quickly because there is a board for everyone. So you've got white embossing powder on black card. Look how sharp that is. Look how clear that is, right down to the tiny letters. Yeah, they're moving across. Let's just lift that forward so we can see. There you go. So moving across, we've got the silver embossing powder. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on. Where are we? It's early, I know. We're going across to the silver one. Yeah, there we go. So now you've got silver embossing powder on white card, and again, really sharp images. We'll go down then to the gold. Yeah, so this is our Cosmic Shimmer Brilliant Sparkle embossing powder. You just wiggle that, you can see how that looks in glittery embossing powder. I love that. And then last but not least, we've got a distress oxide, I think it's peacock feathers, with clear embossing powder on top, so you get the glossy finish. And I've done that in embossing powders because it's a really good way to test the stamps, to test the quality of the stamps and the clarity. And I'll let you flick through
Right,
those.
here we go. So
Yeah, so we've got the new baby one there. I've tried to put a bundle together of everything that we are likely to come across as card makers. So these are the kind of cards that people ask for. So we've got Smiles, Boy, Cutie, Stork, Precious, Booties, Crib, Gurgles, Twins.
I like it.
They're fabulous. If you're a scrapbooker, these stamps are amazing. If you're not a scrapbooker and you're a card maker like I am, they're amazing. You can use them as backgrounds, foregrounds, inserts, apertures, so many different ways to use them. And then, have we looked at that one already? No, I'll let you have that. So that's the happy birthday one. So you've got laughter, cake, family, birthday, chocolate, magical, together, fun times, all different words that relate. So before we flick over, if you just look at this one, all those individual words can be masked off and used individually.
That's what I was going to ask you, if you can use them separately too.
Yeah, absolutely. So all you need to do is a little bit of masking tape, mask off the area that you want and use that.
So that alone is a lot of stamps, essentially.
We've worked out that on average there is a minimum of 40 different ways you can use each stamp.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my word, that's incredible. So you're getting not only the big stamps here, but you're getting those individual words too. And you think about how much you can use it. As you said, you know, pretty, more grungy, and that even in the words, you know, if you sort of go for more pretty look, you've got this beautiful script. If you're going more grungy, you've got sort of those harsher texts there as well.
Yeah,
it works beautifully together, but you can use them separately too.
Absolutely. So you've got 3 different fonts in each stamp. So it's 3, none of them repeat either. So the birthday fonts are different to the thank you font, they're different to the congratulations. So I've put the congratulations one in because that covers everything.
Yeah.
Covers everything from graduation, new home, new job, passed your driving test, any situations where you would congratulate somebody, you've got there covered.
Absolutely gorgeous. Now, the next one, I believe, is exclusive.
Not that one.
It's not that one?
Keep going, we're still going.
No, there's one of these. This is the thing, I'm losing count. There's so many of them. Right, this is the wedding one. The next one after this is exclusive. And this is a full set as the one-day special. And actually, the only way to buy these now is as the full set because the separate sets have sold out. Now, this one, let's pretend it never happened before, this one's exclusive. Can you believe that?
It is. So what I've done here is, within the bundle, you have got the new motivational sentiment cloud.
Yeah.
This is exclusive to Hochanda. You cannot get it anywhere else. And what I've done here is I've embossed it in the carnival colours, which we'll show you shortly,
Wonderful.
just to show you all the different colours. So you've got the lush pink there. Yeah.
That's gorgeous.
They're moving across. You've got the electric blue. And then across you've got the tangy tangerine.
Lovely.
And then below that purple paradise. And then next to that is bright sunshine, and then last but not least is lime burst. So again, I wanted to show you these different colours because they're different to my normal embossing powders. These are strong colours, these are flat colours, whereas before I always had mica and it makes them pearlescent. I didn't
And they
want
are available on today's show, so if you go to hochanda.com, we are going to tell you more about them in a bit, but do just have a look on hochanda.com and you can find out more about it there. Now, we do have some beautiful cards here. So if I pass them over to you and I grab some as well,
passing the book
we've got
already.
we've got lots. So I just want to show as many as possible.
Right, you do one.
Right, okay.
So this is a really good example. This is actually not dissimilar to the first demo. So this is a really good example of how you can double stamp, to create a full background. The sentiment is from last month's collection, but that is so the stamp is a DL size, but it's created a full background bigger than an A6. That's one way you can use them. Another way, inside an aperture, which is what we've got here. So we've created the backdrop, but look, this is the happy birthday that's from the same sentiment. This is what you can do when you mask off certain areas.
So clever. Now this is more straightforward use of the stamp,
absolutely.
isn't it?
So this is actually stamped with my new shimmer shakers that you won't see till next month. So these, I don't know whether you can see whether that's pearly or not with the screen.
A bit there.
But that's stamped with a powder. That's actually a powder.
Okay.
And water, But I'll show you those next month.
Right. This is lovely
there.
as well. Another little aperture through there.
How gorgeous is this? So used again as an insert, inside the aperture, but then you've got the little embellishments that we've created as well. Let me just tell you as well that the wedding one you can use for invitations because it's got all those words in there.
Oh, fabulous. Oh, you've really thought it all through, haven't you?
And this is actually a wedding card, but look how fab that looks, just stamped in the embossing powders, the brilliant sparkle ones. It's gorgeous.
Now I'm excited about this next one. If you're tempted by those colours, look at that.
That's one that I made. That is one of my demos for some time today. That's actually using all the colours from the Carnival collection. But how fab does that look? Far removed from what I normally do, because I normally do safe colours that are pretty, but I just could not stop working with these.
That's gorgeous. I love that. Now this as well. Again, you're using it as a bit of a background here.
Absolutely. So just stamp it twice. You're not restricted. This is what I wanted. I wanted you to have control over what you did with them.
Okay, now totally different look here. Look at this.
Completely
if this is more your sort of style,
absolutely.
Then this, again, as you said, to more of the sort of grungy looks, to the really pretty looks, to the bright look, these stamps could do absolutely everyone. And just in complete contrast, one last one. Let's have a look at that. I mean, look at that. Hugely different look there between the two of them.
And this just shows you again the versatility of these stamps, which is why I keep saying whatever your style is, these stamps will work for you. And not only that, you can do so many different things with them. Stamp them on your die cuts. We've all got so many dies at home where you get the little frame part of it. Use them with that, and then it just takes them to a whole new level.
There we go. So if you would like those, you have a one-day special price today, saving £8. Now, actually, it's worth mentioning as well that these are no longer available separately. They've all sold out. So the only way to get them is and that was just the first show. Within an hour, they all sold out. So we have got got the bundle. This is the way to buy them now, and you get a special price of $54.96. We've got 40% of the stock gone from this show already, so make sure you're getting involved. And I believe we do have a flexi buy yet. We do 2 payments of $27.48. So give us a call or go on hochanda.com. Great to go on the website as well if you want to see what else is available in the show too. Now let's show you the colours specifically as well, because we've talked about these a lot already. They're all available on the web, so if you would like to get a hold of any of those, just go to hochanda.com. You'll see us playing to start with. Scroll down and all of the colours, everything in the show will be available there. Right then, Phil, what are we up to now?
Right, so this is actually a demo that I started with Charlie last night. We didn't get very far, which is why I'm finishing it this morning. So I just
watch on rewind if you want to watch the start.
Yeah. So all I actually did was the wedding day sentiment. So this is actually the middle sentiment again from not that one. Yeah, that one. Yeah.